Lollapalooza guard accused of ill-chosen attempt to ditch work. You hear that and you start trying to think of what could he or she possibly done to get out of work, right? Calling sick maybe? Just not show up? You know, I've had people who show up late and people just not show up. No, this person decides to make up a phony mass shooting threat. So here's how this worked. She sends a text from a random number to one of the fellow guards, right? That says, mass shooting at 4 p.m., location Lollapalooza, we have 150 targets. Then when that was brought up, it goes, oh yeah, so my sister told me she saw something online and saw something about a threat like that too. And so they asked, of course, so her superior said, well, do you have that so we can see it? Let's see the post. So she goes, creates a fake Facebook account, creates the post, and then screenshots it and says, here it is. Here's the problem. There's this thing in the world right now called technology. No matter what you do, if you do it from a phone, you do it from a computer, you do it from an iPad, there's an IP address. They matched it, now facing a felony charge of making a fake terror threat and a $50,000 bond, sitting in jail right now, 18 years old.
So it's apparent that she's not smart at all. I mean, it's apparent because what's the one excuse that you can get away with right now that your boss is not going to question you on?
I have COVID.
Yes! Just say, oh, I just tested positive for COVID. Because it's funny, before the pandemic, remember that? Hey, I'm sick. Well, are you sick or you're not feeling well?
Right.
If you're not feeling well, you can come into work.
Right.
You know, if you're sick, then get a doctor's note. But since COVID, all you got to do is say, hey, I have COVID. I can't come in today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was around somebody who was tested positive. You don't even have to say that you tested positive. You were around somebody who tested positive.
Yeah, I was at my family's house. 5 of my family members all tested positive with COVID yesterday. I think I need to quarantine for a few days. I'm going to get tested on Wednesday. Sorry, it's going to be right after Lollapalooza, but I'm sure y'all be all right. I'm sure you can understand. Quick. You know, I just don't understand to go through that extreme. Mm-hmm. And then, if you're going to create a fake Facebook account, mm-hmm. to me, I'm not even an investigator. I just would have looked and like, okay, this one person that has no friends made one post that no one can see. I mean, if she did it on Twitter and then it went viral, total different ballgame.
Right.
If you posted to a Facebook account, no followers, no friends, just this one person.
You're the only friend. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I was like, ma'am, we need to talk to you inside the trailer, please.
You know what's so crazy about this? I had something similar happen so back in the day I had this ydrb.net, right? For YanniTheRudeBoy.net website. And I had the comment section up. And I remember this girl posted a picture of herself in a bikini. And there were all these comments. They get the phone call like, hey, you need to go ahead and take some of those comments down. I'm like, what happened? So I go in and look, and there's some comments saying, oh, you think you look good? And all these disparaging comments, right? So, okay, let me go take these down. I go in the back end, and I'm like, these IP addresses look very similar. They're identical. You're like, hey, did you take those down? Yeah, I did. But look in your house because that person who's making those comments is right in your house.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Somebody in your house is hating on you. I don't know who it is, but let's start back with the woman in the mirror.
She deserves to be in jail. That's just dumb.
Yeah, and you think about, like you said, there's so many easier ways that she could have gotten over this. This was the worst way to do it because now you're facing a felony charge, and still sitting in jail because it's $50,000 bond, which means you got to put up at least $5,000. I'm sure she ain't got it.
And a felony charge, I believe, of a terroristic threat is what would be charged. And have someone who looks at background checks quite a bit, that sticks with you for a long time. So if I say, oh, wow, it could be 20, 30, and I see that you were charged and convicted of a felony of terroristic threat, I don't even have to know what your name is or know what race you are. I'm just like, nope.